All right, hello everybody. This is the first time I've ever done one of these. Happy quarantine. I got quite a few requests for people that wanted to see how I edited the Blucifer Supermoon shot. So I decided give it a shot and see see if this helps anybody. I'm not going to go into the planning and the shoot at this moment, but I will show you kind of the editing process that I took once I imported them onto the computer. So you can see here, this is after the import in Lightroom in the library. So this is obviously the one that I posted. So we're gonna edit a different one. We're gonna do this one here, and we're gonna do this kind of quick. It's gonna be kind of sloppy. But it's the same processes that I used. I just spent a little bit more time on the other one, obviously. So here we go. So you end up with this, right? And this is the beginning shot. This is what I took on the camera. With the moon, it is super bright, so it's really hard to get the detail of the moon and your foreground, especially when the moon is rising in the evening. So what I like to start off with is go over to exposure and get something where my foreground has something I can work with. Now the moon is overexposed, but that's okay. So we'll take a radial filter and we'll just go right up on the moon there, okay? So if we take a look at this, radial filters work on the outside, so we want to work on the inside, okay? Take this, take our exposure, we'll bring that moon back some. Don't need as much contrast, and pull some of those highlights down. Bring back some of the detail of that moon, and we'll clean up that orange tint to it. Okay, so we're at a great starting point. So now we'll work on the image as a whole. So if you zoom in, you got some chromatic abrasions. So we'll start by getting rid of those as much as possible. All right, so now we have our moon shot. Now I shot this at f22, and it seems that I have some spots that showed up. So we'll go to our spot remover, and we'll clean these up. I like to start with the ones that I can see in the edit first. Then we'll go down here and hit visualize spots. So you go here, you can kind of play with this slider and it'll kind of pull out. Looks like I got most of the spots that you can see. I mean, there's one right there. All right, that looks pretty good. We'll go with that for now. Okay, so now we have that. We have a good start. Now we can work on the image as a whole. So go in here. I like to bump the clarity a little bit. That gives you, if we go extreme, you can kind of see, gets that really nice detail to the moon and to the horse. We don't need to go too extreme. A little dehaze, not too much. Add just a touch of texture. We'll go through and play with our exposure here on the image as a whole. We'll get some of those blues back. Okay, and for the image as a whole, we can bring this in our white balance and make it a little bit more on the blue side, get rid of that orangeness in the moon. Okay, so if you start to see, we get a little bit more of those pinks in the clouds. Clouds are coming out. That's great. So I like to come down here and we'll take care of the moon first. So we'll kind of play with that orange. And the yellow that's in there, make it a nice white moon. Okay. And then you can see in the sharpening, if you hit your Alt key, or I believe it's Command on Mac, go to masking and pull this up, and we can just work on our fine edges so we're not blasting that noise too much. Okay. And then since I did shoot this at ISO 800, I do have quite a bit of noise. So we'll pull that up. We'll take care of that real quick. Okay, that's a lot softer, a lot less noisy. We got something going. Now we'll go back up to our moon, and let's see if we can get this guy to stand out just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. If we take our brush tool and you make sure that your auto mask is on, and we'll go 100% density because we want this to really stand out. We're going to work on our sky, our background sky and clouds. So what I like to do is I like to bump this exposure up so I can really see what I'm affecting. You can see with the auto mask, we can get right up in there without affecting our horse too much. Our subject stays good and go through, go right. Oh, we got the moon a little bit on that one. Undo that. We can just paint the sky. Now the other option that you can use that I've definitely done in the past is you can duplicate your radial filter on the moon and edit the whole thing and then just paint your horse or paint your subject. That works as well. But for this video, we're going a little quick, so we'll just quick paint the sky. All right. Get in there. Get right around there. Get up in there. Play the edge. All right. So now we have our sky. We can bring just the sky out some. Give it a little bit of that sunset look. And we don't care about the sky having definition. We want it to kind of look soft. Okay. Now if you see on the edge of the moon, we want to clean that up. So we can go back to our brush. We're going to do a new brush. And we'll leave the auto mask on. Exposure up so we can see it. And we're just going to soften up the bottom edge of the moon there. Okay, we'll fix that exposure and play with that until we got something that we like. Okay, so that's a very quick, sloppy, ran through edit of how I did the Blucifer Supermoon shot. Hope it helps, guys. And remember, visit DietzParkerPhotography.com. Like me on Facebook, Instagram, the whole works. And I'll probably make some more of these. This is kind of fun. So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.